Good morning, evening, afternoon, night, wherever in the world you may be. Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing today? Boy, I'm having fun today. Let me tell you how this old Saturday started. Well, after picking up my load yesterday, see, I had a delivery yesterday morning at 6:30 a.m. A live unload right up there in it's literally just right outside of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Then once I got done there, then I turned around and had pretty much two LTLs that happened to be going to the same place. And for you that don't know what LTL is, it's less than truck. Pretty much less than truck is, where the product only takes up so much room, and then you got a whole bunch more room back there behind it that you can load more room on. And I don't see how some people stay in business by doing those LTLs, but I had two live loads, and of course got to the first place there in St. Louis Park, Minnesota. It's not far outside of far from where I delivered the previous load to. I get over there, I got loaded. Well, these dummies gave me the wrong address. They realized where they messed up, but after I showed up at the address that I had on this machine right here, they sent me to some little place before. I ended up missing the road because there's apartments right there. I didn't see the building because, of course, Google Maps it wasn't up to date, showing that there was a gigantic freaking 3-4 story apartment complex right there, but facility was behind it. So I had to get back out there on the Highway 100, run back south just to get back up to the exit and make that whole giant loop again. It was amazing. Now remember, we're about 8 foot wide, okay? We're just a hair under 8 foot wide. The truck trailer are right at 8 foot. That ramp going back to 100, I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't squeezing a car and a semi on that ramp. Eventually, somebody was paying attention and noticed that crap, because I had people racing down the ramp with me. See, these ramps, they have a thing that's they are metered, okay? And what metered is basically, it's got traffic lights. It's got the red, yellow, and green lights on both sides of the ramp, telling you when you have to stop and when it's your turn to go. I usually do that on ramps that have more than one lane, because they have the lights on both sides, giving people turns. Well, that ramp was just barely big enough to fit this big machine on, alright? And I had these idiots coming right up by me, running all the way up to the light with me, bouncing off the freaking curbs and stuff. It was funny. I hope a lady really didn't damage her car too bad running off of that curb, because she's seen this big vehicle. It's not hard to freaking miss us, apparently. I thought it was hard as hell to miss us. I sure did. How can you miss us, really? How can y'all miss truck and trailers so big? How can you miss us? It's physically impossible, unless you got your faces in your phones or some other deal, not paying attention to the road. But got back around to the facility. I got around there Man, the road that I had to back off of into the docks at this place here, it was so freaking tight. I was inches off of the building. I was inches off of the curb on the front end just to get myself moved in. Right as soon as I back into that dock, something was a little strange. I didn't see no shipping and receiving office, but this place had doors, you know, loading docks and stuff. But I didn't see anything that says shipping and receiving. As soon as my brakes are set, bam! Oh, we gave you the wrong address. Are you serious? Yes, we need you to go to such and such address. It was on the other side of Highway 100. Yep. Fun times. All I had to do was jump back on the deal where I originally come around, and instead of me dropping down the ramp to make the circle again, all I had to do was go straight across that thing, go straight across 100, make the next right, next left, bam, I was at my customer. Oh, that was fun. So, got in there. It was real easy, actually. Find out and make sure, you know, that I was in the right place. Got there. Told me what door to get into. I got in there, loaded up. Well, anybody that's operated the Qualcomm, what is it, MCP 200 or MPC, whatever that crap it is. Anybody that's ever ran one, especially the way that Werner's got it set up, you have certain macros, like it's a Mac 40 over here for a live load, live unload has begun, you know, and stuff like that. Well, seeing how I had 2 stops on this trip before taking it all the way down to Olive Branch, Mississippi, to the final, I go and put in a macro 6, which is for stop completed. And you know, you go through it, select whether it's a pickup or a drop off. Mr. Alzheimer's here, Mr. Forgetful, tells me that's the wrong macro to use. One thing he hasn't understood, though, is how freaking long I've been driving there, how long I've been doing this crap. I know which macros to use. He was like, oh, that's invalid. And actually, let me get this thing on there here. I'll give you a better deal on this.
Home. Messaging.
Oh, shut up, you son of a gun. Oh, she's annoying. Almost like my ex-wife. Moving on now. Here we go. Okay. And actually, well, I still got the address to that thing right there. So after they gave me the new address, which was literally right across the deal there, it was like, after I sent it, you have sent the incorrect message. Please resend with canned message 2. A macro 2 over here is a completed loading message. Now, what happens whenever you complete loading? That means everything's done, right? Not with him. That's why I was telling him, you know, I wasn't trying to be a smart ass with it. I was trying to be nice whenever I told him that, you know, do you know how multi-stop loads work? Mac 6 is used for every stop. Well, he took that, was like, it's pretty much telling me, which I believe that, and I forgot, but it was like, I sure do. why I advise you to send macro 2. And I was like, alright, you son of a gun. I'm going to fix you. So, there's 2 macro 2s for those stops with completely different build numbers, with completely different pieces, completely different weights. Oh yeah, it's completed. Oh, so pissed off at him because he didn't want to listen to me. Yes, we got a real interesting past with one another, you know. But I was just telling him, you know, use a 6 because that's how it's supposed to be. Oh no, you're wrong. And he's been said to be dispatching here longer than I've been driving. But, you know, it's whatever. So I get there, I get the second thing loaded up. Now, I'm headed down toward here, you know. They gave me all the way up until noon tomorrow to get this load down. Oh, man. I got to rolling. I was running low on DEF. The truck started cutting out on the power. I hate these DEF systems that they got on these diesels. This is the biggest freaking load of crap that they could have ever put on there. Second would be an EGR. But an EGR serves a better purpose than putting cow pee in there. Well, it's not just that, it's got other chemicals in it that breaks down the solids to make sure nothing gets, you know, whatever. But it's a load of crap. Thank you, California, for doing that. And now I've been hearing that California wants to back out of it now. It's too late. You can't get DEF in California, according to some people. So what if you bring a truck into their state and you know, and you can't get DEF, you're running low on DEF? Well, I think you're pretty screwed at that point. Because you derate your system, you end up taking, and it starts, it's got like 3 levels of derate. And for each level, it derates a certain percentage of your horsepower, actually choking your engine out. So it was fun driving this thing. I could feel the power loss. I could definitely feel the power loss. Got down to the Loves down there in Albert Lee. I topped this thing off. Everything went off. I got lucky on that. The code didn't stay in the system. On my way down, I was coming. Ended up stopping at that stupid Flying J in Wayland, Missouri. The one truck stop that nobody has phone signal at, has no service at whatsoever. It's a freaking joke. Wayland, Missouri is up there off of 61. Or you can say it's part of Highway 218 or what's that? It's 61 and 218. It was still on the south side of 80 up in Iowa City, Iowa. 380 between Iowa City and Waterloo. And then it continues on up 218. And then 218 splits from 280. Anyway, I hate parking at that one because I never have phone service. And it was awesome, you know. No phone service whatsoever. Got up this morning, foggy as a sun gun. Okay, foggy as it. I was getting phone service with the fog out when I pulled out of the dang parking lot. And that's something that, you know, it doesn't just, it's kind of weird because you lose service with the fog out, but I actually gain service. Something strange. I got on down. When I started up this morning, though, yes, I was off duty, sleep of birth, whatever you want to call the thing, for just a little bit over the time period, but they gave me plenty of time to get down here. When I woke up, the infamous message was sitting on there. Please update your ETA to con. You stupid son of a gun. You know, don't read the messages. Come on, guys, read the messages. Everything's in there. So, of course, I drove on down, got down to the Wonderful Loves there in West Memphis, Arkansas. Decided to fuel up, and since I was so low on my time, I just went out, parked, grabbed my stuff up, went in, grabbed a shower, got something to eat. I come back out here and I asked him, I was like, can I deliver today? What did these prick do? Well, he bumped my time to 3:30. Well, no, 3:15. It was 3:15 or 15:15. You know. And at that time, it was already setting at 2:30 whenever I got that message back, and it was still over 30 miles away. So somebody had to do a little shit and get it. You know what I mean? I had to get on down the road. They put these times together like this because they're goofed up. So I got in there, and I should have followed I should have paid a little bit more attention, because I've been into this facility here in Olive Branch so many times in the freaking past. I didn't have to follow this thing turn by turn. I was like, okay, I kept driving. Mr. Driveway. Well, what happened to that hole? You've been there a million times. I'll tell you what. There's a brand new freaking building that's built right beside it now. Lot used to be empty. Messed me up. I was like, okay, they built a new building there. I didn't realize it until I got to the other side of the facility, and that thing said, you have arrived at your destination. No, I didn't. So I had to go up. I had to make a humongous damn circle just to come back to it. And I hit that flag about 5 or 6 freaking times. You know, it would come in handy if people would do this right here. If you're running the MCP or MPC, whatever it is, 200, you arrive at your location right there, coming off of the if it's a driveway right off the end of the road, and by the time you get all the way back down the driveway, if it comes out to another spot on the road, you know it's wrong. Mark it at the road at the end of the driveway. That way people will know. You hit that little flag on the bottom there. That's what that thing is for. So I hit it, like I said, 4 or 5 times. I think it aggravates the hell out of them whenever you hit it multiple times, but I don't care. I'm going to make sure that this thing is right. That way they got the correct location on this stuff, to where the next driver that comes in there, they'll be right on the money. And that's another dang thing. They want trainers so bad that they actually want to go and just pull them after so many months, and they don't know how to teach all this stuff. So every once in a while, I think I'll get here and I'll do little things here and there with it, you know, to help y'all out. Y'all that's running this exact same system, this exact same setup as I am. So I delivered, of course, and told him I was available for the next load. I was like, all right, you show available, and we'll be assigned a load ASAP. Thank you for your patience. I left there and came back up to the Flying J right here off of exit 6, right here at 78. You know, if this wouldn't have been the closest truck stop, I would have been a little bit happier. Oh yes. Because you see, that intersection over there where them lights at, they used to have stop signs on all four corners. And me being a big old dummy, never being told that you always stop at a red flashing light and you slow down for yellow. Well, I ended up getting screwed over right here in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Because as I was coming up to it, they had taken the stop signs down. So I didn't know that I was supposed to stop at that time. But now I do. And of course, Johnny Lau comes between the damn buildings, races out, and pulls me over. First off, the guy that pulled me over to write the ticket, this cat right here, he didn't even see me go through the intersection. What it was, there was two other cops sitting there that I did not see on the other side of that intersection that ended up radioing over to their buddy, I guess, to fill a quota for him to keep his job or something. I don't know. That's kind of screwed up. So I really hated coming through this intersection right here. And then to top everything off, there was at least a dozen trailers dropped in this damn parking lot just Flying J. At least a dozen of them. Now, I will say one of them belonged to the guy that happened to be bobbed over here to the reserve parking area. He was getting a line fixed on his trailer. And then, of course, whenever they got done with that, then he pulled back around there and got in it. Okay, that's fine. But for the rest of the people there that's not having any kind of issues like that, ain't no sense in it. Because the parking spaces over here, reserve parking is $15. That's right. I had to come out of pocket to park reserve for $15. Oh, that's before the taxes. The tax was $1.05. So I ended up paying $16.05 to park here. Now, I got in here just a little after 4 p.m. But according to Pilot Flying J's little deal here, it says that I have to be out of here by 3 p.m. tomorrow. I thought they were good for 24 hours. Don't make a lick of dang sense to me. But anyway, I'm in here. I'm in a reserve parking spot. I'm sweating bullets right now. I ain't got the truck going. Yeah, it's as hot as Satan's big toe. But look at it. As hot as Satan's big toe. Gonna melt me down. See, whenever I was up north in the cold, I almost turned into a field sickle. Down here, I'm gonna turn into a field puddle. So everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm gonna get off this thing right here. I hope I was able to enlighten and entertain. So, that's how my past 2 days gone. Pretty much down the crapper. So I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna round up my clothes. I gotta go in here. I gotta wash clothes. I was lucky and fortunate enough to have something clean back there. Oh, and it sure as heck don't help that I had to put on sweatpants, as hot as it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, just remember, if it's cold where you are, stay warm. If it's hot where you are, just cut on a fan, cut on an AC, cut something on. Stay cool. Because I'm about to melt down up here. At least have enough sense to wear shorts, for God's sakes. And y'all get out there, y'all don't do anything stupid. Stay safe. And I will catch y'all later. Holla.